First off, I just want to say that we had a heck of a ride the last 2 months of the season, month and a half. Really proud of the way our women competed. It's always tough, and especially when it's unknown what's going to happen, what the committee will do. I think deep down I know what's going to happen, and I express that to our women in the locker room. But that doesn't take away from the slow start, the baby steps, the growth and maturation of this team. Just really proud of the way they competed. And then, like we discussed last night, talking about it's kind of like the 1st of March after that first series, and we flipped the switch on and played really well. Was really pleased with the way they competed, even all the way through the conference season, and the obstacles, obviously that we had, and then here in the tournament, I thought we played 2 really good ball games. Last night was a great ball game. Today was good. Made a couple little mistakes, obviously things that you can't do, and against a blue blood like Arizona and get away with it. But I was proud of the way we competed, because we can go back to a couple of years ago. Angelina will remember they got on a roll and pretty much boat raced us, and to see how this team has come and the growth is with her captainship, how it's done. There's going to be a huge vacuum and leadership void when Angelina's gone, and I think we got some candidates to take over, but she's been, I always say this in every interview that I've had with you, Eric, she's a better human than she's a player, and she's a damn good player. And just what she's done for me personally. She's never afraid to speak her mind. She's a person that I respect well enough. When she speaks, I listen, because giving her that voice and empowering her, she has given us really good input over her 4 years here in the last 2 or 3 as a leader of this ball club, and I love her immensely, and it's going to be hard to replace her just because of all the intangibles she brings to the team. Hopefully we can extend this thing, but if we don't, I just want that on record, because she's been one of the best ever don the Cardinal and gold, and she's passed her knowledge on to the young ones, and I think her leadership is key to what transpired and helped us get to the point that we are right now. And obviously we have one other senior that has done a lot of things and left a legacy in her own ways. Been plagued, her career's been plagued with injury, and I would be remiss if I didn't talk about Angelita Fuentes and what she's brought to the program. She's always at practice willing to help catch, and it's just really really proud of those 2 women and the success they're going to be in their next endeavors.
For both players, starting with you, Angelina, take me through that at bat with your home run.
I was just seeing the ball well today. It's every game was precious at this point, and don't know what's gonna happen next, but just really playing like it's my last game, and obviously by my emotions, like that's what I'm at right now, and so just playing free and just seeing the ball and just trying to hit a ball hard, just go out with a bang like that, and so I'm really thankful that happened, and yeah.
Yeah, during my at-bat, I know for sure we knew coming into this that we were going to see some pretty elite pitching, so just hunting my pitch. I pray before every at-bat just to calm me down, and so I give all the glory to the Lord on this one. But yeah, just hunting my pitch and just being in the moment and in the game, and ultimately we don't go up there swinging for home runs, but we hope for them too. So.
And preparing for Devin to face her, what was your plan against her?
Honestly, it was just a hunt a strike. She's a really good pitcher, and like her career, I remember facing her when I was a freshman, and she was really great. So honestly, just seeing a pitch that we can drive, we knew that strikeouts were going to happen, we knew that miss hits were going to happen, and so it was really just trying to hunt our pitch, whatever our strength is, and just putting good bat to ball on it, and I thought we did that pretty well today. I feel like, again, we knew miss hits were going to happen, but we had loud outs, and I don't know how many strikeouts we have, but not too many strikeouts either, and so I think we accomplished, on the offensive side, we accomplished what we wanted to accomplish against her.
I agree.
Coach, when you talk about you don't know what's going to happen, but when you think about things like RPI and how big the conferences are, and where you miss top teams, do you think that affects how teams are perceived?
Do I think it affects it?
Yeah.
Yes. And I've been on the committee. I was on it from 2019 or 18 to 21, I believe. And I know, like I said last night, I don't know if you were in here, but I said last night, I know what they look for, I know what we did, and I know what happens in the room. But I go, with this conference, I think we've got to look at the RPI totally by itself is archaic. And I'm not criticizing the room. The NCAA has their criteria, and they follow it. I've been in there, they follow it to a T, to much criticism. But in today's world, I've already heard it. I mean, well, you guys didn't play Texas Tech and Arizona. We don't control that. And I don't think, when you don't have a balanced schedule, that we've got to come up with something different, whether it's KPI, RPI, a combination, or anything else. I think it's got to be looked at. And that's just not the Big 12. That's for the SEC and the ACC and the Big 10. I mean, there's teams, luckily in the Big 12, we only missed 2 teams. And, I've already heard the noise, well, you wouldn't have finished third if you didn't face Arizona, Texas Tech. You don't know that. I don't know that. And I think our RPI took a hit because of it. Whether I won't be one of those guys that's going to complain when our name is or is not announced. But I think we've got to take a deep look at it from a standpoint of how we look at things and how we grade things out and what the bonus points are, strength of schedule, and out of conference strength of schedule and all the bonus points and everything. I get all of that. I mean, I've been in the room, but to sit there and drop 12 points on a weekend when you play an opponent that you have no control, and then and this time of year you can't gather that back in 2 ball games, 3 ball games. So I think there's a system that I don't know what it is. I'm not smart enough, but I've been in the room and that information is out there, and it is mind-boggling, and it's not easy. And I got a lot of hate emails when I was on the committee, so it's a thankless job. But I took it seriously. I was always well prepared, and I just think it's just with all the conferences and the unbalanced schedules and all of that. I think we've got to take it, and I'll even go on a committee to help, but it's one of those things. I think we got to take a deep look at it, because these women, they made their bed early, but what people didn't realize, we were starting 3 to 5 freshmen at times, and it took a while. We had Angelina was the only one playing her position from the previous year, so it took us a while to get going. And hopefully they'll look at that too. I mean, I thought we played well today. We made a couple of little mistakes that cost us, and basically one mistake, Stewart's 3-run homer. I mean, we could still be playing right now. So I'm proud of the way we competed. I'll sit here and say we are deserving, but there's probably hundreds and thousands of softball fans out there that think that we don't, and unfortunately that's not our decision.
So you think something like net, like what they did with women's basketball, where they made the net?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I want to get into a situation where in basketball they take the point differential. Then you're going to get into people running up the score, and I think there needs to be a sportsmanship to it, So I think we need to be careful with that. But it's there's got to be a formula that would come up, and I would never. I'm the type of person, even in games where I could take extra runs, I hold people up, tell our players not to go on pass balls and stuff. I just think we got to be really careful with that, because then you're going to start having 30-3 ball games that are going to last 3.5 hours, and then people are going to run up scores, and the opponents that we face are human too. I mean, I've been on both ends. Even this year, I've been on both ends of both, and thankfully, I feel like the coaches we played in the situations that we were in this year, that they were classy and didn't take extra bases and things like that. But I think to your point, I think there has to be something from a standpoint of a formula that is similar to what they do in men's and women's basketball. But I think you got to take the point differential out of it.
Well, and to kind of expand, you're a sports fan. This is the only sport where teams that maybe finish last in certain other conferences still get into a tournament over a team that finished in the top half of a power conference. This wouldn't happen in basketball. You'd be in basketball. Is that something you want to maybe communicate with people in the off season? Is it maybe address that too, beyond just the metrics?
I'm not on a committee. I mean, I can't control that. I mean, I really appreciate the question, Eric, but I feel like our women are deserving.
Sure.
If you throw in February, I can't argue that, but I also know what this team went through, and we lost our starting shortstop. I mean, we're doing all of this with our starting shortstop not playing. So I mean, we can go back and forth. I mean, someone can throw something out and say we're not deserving, and I can say boom, 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 and can't say. But at the end of the day, I'm not in the room. We have a representative from the Big 12 on the committee. Hopefully, he's pushing us. I can say this and say it, and I'm being as classy as I can be. Everybody that's going to go, and you know who they are, and I know who they are. We won the series against them. What else? I mean, I can go up and down. We swept an opponent on the road. We swept another opponent that's 2 out of 3 on the road. We split with the team that we lost the series now 2-2 with the one that we lost at home. The only bad series we had was our first one, and our players were still getting their feet wet. But I mean, if we're gonna go on that, then we're in. If you want to look at an RPI number or something like that, then I can live with that too. Don't like it, but I can live with it because it's the system we have right now. But it can be a opportunity to take a deeper look and look at changing what we do.
For the players, regardless of what happens, this has been a historic year for the program with the finished third in the regular, most Big 12 wins in the conference. Just put that in perspective. This is a team that's going to be remembered for a long time, and you're all part of that. Just describe this year.
Yeah, I mean, I came to Iowa State looking to, change a program, to come in and just play the best I could play. And I knew we had a big class coming in with 2 transfers and then 8 other freshmen. So I was super excited to come in and just put my mark on the season and put our mark on the season. So it's been such a blessing to come in and have leadership from, our upperclassmen and everything. So I'm just beyond proud of this team. And I mean, you couldn't have said it better. We are deserving of an opportunity, and just crossing my fingers and praying for Sunday. But I'm very proud of this team and what we've done this season.
It just shows what people in the past have built, from Sammy Williams, Malaysia Ochoa, and now I feel like we all have built this, and this is what we always wanted. We wanted to finish even higher than third now in Big 12s, and we wanted to show that we're not just Iowa State, the low Power 5 team. No, we're Iowa State. We belong in the Big 12. We belong with the top teams, and so I think it just shows what we built, and I'm just so thankful that people can see that in fruition of I'm so thankful to be a part of a team that has changed history like that and been able to lead this team, and also them just allowing me and trusting me to lead them as well. And so, again, just thankful that I was in this opportunity to do this with these girls. So
now you know why I love this kid. She's not a kid, woman.
I have a question for Angela. So you're one of the best to ever wear the uniform. You now finished with third most hits in school history. You're top 10 in a multitude of other things. How did Malaysia, I know you were close, Sammy, how did they help you develop your leadership and your performance here at Iowa State?
They're the reason why I'm me. A little mix of me, of course, but like they shaped me into who I am. When I was a freshman, I didn't have a voice. I was very to myself. I was very just kid-like, whimsy, just loved to play the game. And then Sammy Williams really took me under. Even I've never played with her, and I never got the amazing opportunity to play with her, but she took me under, taught me what she did, just a representation of who she was. And then Malaysia, just, man, I can cry just thinking about her. She's hands down my best friend and has taught me how to handle failure, how to shine in the light when you feel like you really shouldn't be in that light. And they truly just have shaped me to like the woman I am now, and I'm just so thankful for them. And so I hope that this team now kind of feels that passion that I have for those leaders as well.
So Carly, building off that, you got to learn from one of the best to ever do it. You were one of a handful of freshmen that really had a hand in the turnaround that this season took with the UCF series. How do you take what Angelina has meant to you guys, her leadership? How do you keep that for next year when you only have 1 year under your belt, but you were a starter for over half the games this year? You're going to be a leader. How do you use her leadership and her guidance to make next year special?
Yeah, from people outside looking in, I'll always hear, "Oh, you're just losing one person. Oh, you're just losing two people," and they don't understand that we're losing like the heartbeat of our team. I mean, Mo has taught me so much throughout the year. Even when I wasn't playing at the beginning, she taught me to be a leader in the dugout. She taught me how to kind of be like a silent leader almost too. Like I totally agree with you on that. And then when I got to start playing, I mean, yeah, she's so supportive. Really, just a great leader as well. And I'm just grateful that I got to play with her. And I know for a fact that like she will be missed so much on this team because she's not just one player that we're missing. She is the heartbeat.
Thanks for making her cry.
Not a lot of